have your fear, which might become reality. And you have Godzilla, which is reality.
I'm sick of Godzilla.
Wake up, everyone!
There are two things you don't know about the Earth. One is me, and the other is Godzilla.
We're safe enough. No human being can understand that. The monsters on Monster Island can understand it.
Whether he returns or not, or is never again seen by human eyes, the things he has taught us remain.
Hello, everybody. We are back. YHS on Monster Island. I feel weird saying my own name. My name is Jacob, as if you don't know that. I don't know.
That's
why
right there
I did
too.
that.
Yeah.
This is it's my wonderful co-host Jay Key.
Oh,
Jay,
nice.
what's up, dude?
Not a lot. We've had a nice little chat before we came on here
Guys. We've been talking for so long. It's
about
awesome.
some fun stuff, some crazy stuff, just a lot of stuff. No, I'm doing great. I feel that, even though, spoiler today, it might be a little bit of a lighter episode from
it's
kind of
okay.
everything.
Yeah.
There's still some fun stuff to talk about. And, everybody knows Superfest 92 just happened last weekend. So some cool stuff coming from that. And we've got a movie to talk about. It's all good stuff.
Yeah. Fun stuff. Superfest, always really cool. Saw a lot of pictures from it. I'm excited to see what kind of slides you got because, man, there was a lot of stuff and we haven't really talked about any of it. So I'm excited to do that. Then we're going to talk about Dogora.
Yeah.
1964 Toho, Irisho Honda, and man. Okay, we'll get there. I don't want to talk about it ahead of time. I don't want to talk about it ahead of time. But we're going to talk about that. Now, Jay, before we get in, something weird this week. I think you told me you didn't have any pickups this week.
So I don't. Well, look at this. I have something on the shelf because it's not kaiju in any way, but it is Sofubi.
Okay.
And
well, that counts.
It counts. I've showed off similar things in the past, but as in between actual things that people watch the show care about. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to show this, but it doesn't get the theme music. It doesn't get the theme music for Kaiju Pickups. So people know that I like older wrestling, 70s, 80s, 90s territory stuff, a lot of like older Japan stuff, like All Japan from the 80s and 90s and stuff. And one of my favorites of all time in Japanese wrestling, who, a character from manga and anime and stuff, but obviously I think we all know from pro wrestling is Jushin Thunder Liger. And as part of, I guess I have a collection. I got two now from the Sofubi fighting series from Medicom. They have a ton. They have some really cool ones. They even actually had a license with the WWE so they could do a lot of the older wrestlers there. But in Japan, they have all the greats from Japan. You get an Antonio Inoki, you can get a Tatsumi Fujinami. I have a Stan Hansen because he's my favorite of all time. But I finally got, they have lots of variants of this, but I got a classic little Jushin Thunder Liger from the SFS, the Sofubi fighting series. The mask does come off, so you can see, even though you're not supposed to see.
Yeah, but I was about to say, that's disrespectful. Don't take it.
I know, right? But yeah, I love this so much. Medicom does great stuff. And the funny thing is, a lot of their, like, I don't want to say modern, but like their tokusatsu stuff still is in that same style. This could easily be Spectre Man or Lion Maru or whoever, which I love. So I can literally put this in. I have a case there with Lion Maru and Zone Fighter, fake Spectre Man. I know that's an awesome toy and stuff. Like they all look great.
It just
together.
all fits in together.
Yeah. But and also because of the nature of this character, where it came from manga and anime and stuff, like he definitely fits. This could be Jushin Liger could be a tokusatsu hero.
I mean, he looks like he's like an Ultraman mixed with like Ultimo Dragon or one of those.
Hey, Ultimo Dragon wouldn't have been started if it wasn't for Jushin Liger.
I only know WCW wrestlers, dude.
Hey,
so
Liger was the first to come over in WCW in '91. Man, he was on the first Nitro, man, with in the Mall of America. But
shit,
Liger really revolutionized like junior weights and light heavyweights in the US, because when he came over to WCW in 90, 91, so I keep me honest there, he did an immediate feud there with like Brian Pillman, and it was so crazy at that time to see some of the high risk aerial maneuvers that like WCW, some of the highlights of those matches made it to ESPN. Like because it was like, look what's going on and look what these guys are doing. And it was Jushin Liger, which is so cool. But yeah, but then he got older and stuff. He more of a ground game guy. This Fisherman's Buster, one of the best finishers of all time. Love Jushin Liger. But yeah, great matches with Ultimo, great Sasuke, Hayabusa, all the great junior heavyweights from all the promotions in the 90s. Not just, he was a New Japan guy, but Michinoku Pro and Ultimo Dragon was in Toramon for a while, and a lot of good stuff there.
I love all this wrestling stuff. Like I used to be big into wrestling, middle school, high school. Like we used to watch all of the pay-per-views, WCW, like WWF stuff. Haven't kept up with any of it,
Me neither.
But learning about all the Japanese wrestling and it's very interesting to me. And I really loved seeing that stuff when we were over in Japan. I wish we could have saw like a match or something while we were over there. We'll have to on our next trip. We're gonna see some wrestling.
It was cool because when you think of Japan, you think of like a Japanese wrestling. Like we went to a baseball game in the Tokyo Dome, right? The Big Egg. So obviously some of the greatest cards of all time were there. But we also when we were going out to Fukushima, the Sukagawa, we drove by the Super Saitama Arena, which is another one of the biggest. Like the bullet train went by it, and then Shelly and I were walking around the parks in Tokyo one day, just like kind of like one of the mornings we had open, and we just stumbled and we were at like Budokan Hall was there, we saw like three of the big ones, which is very cool.
We walked by a sumo place one day. I don't remember exactly. It was wherever the Godzilla bridge is, the bridge from the original 54. Yeah. We were over there and we found a place to eat breakfast and we were walking by and it was just this it had all pictures of the sumo wrestlers on the outside, and I was like, oh, this is really cool.
We'll do that trip two.
We're gonna some. I want to see some Japanese wrestling, and I want to see a band play.
Yeah,
I see Lou always sees. She always sees bands when she's over there, and she's always posting. And I don't care that I don't know what they're saying or anything. I really love that whole vibe, and I want to see some. I want to see some live. I just want to see some live music in Japan. That'd be very cool. That seems so fun to me. Cool. Is that all your pickups?
It's all my pickups, man. I thought I was going to have one more today, but I think it's going to arrive tomorrow. Okay. And it might be my personal toy figure of the year because it's just, I'm going to give it away. It's Clarence from Wonder Goblin. I got the Clarence.
You got the
I'm
Clarence
so
figure.
Excited. Clarence, the puppet Clarence is freaking hilarious. If anybody is not watching the Wonder Goblin show on YouTube, go watch it. He's awesome. And I mean, the guy does everything from start to finish when it comes to making soft vinyl toys. I mean, design, sculpt, mold, pulling the Sofubi, painting, making the paint, selling the paint. Yeah. Also, he has just this wonderful show that does all of that, but also has wacky puppets and poetry and just everything that you would think of from the Wonder Goblin.
Hey, also, he's a cool dude.
He's cool, dude.
Very cool, nice
One of the
guy.
coolest.
He's very chill. Yeah.
And super talented. Yeah. I like that. But he finally made Clarence, and I think he made 23 of them. So I was able to get one. And so it's, I'm very, 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 very excited because Clarence is the greatest.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm excited for that. Yeah. I have been looking the last couple of days. It's been, it's like a slow toy time. There's not a ton. I got a couple things that I, have on a pre-order that I'm hoping comes soon. I got an alert from, I don't know, Entertainment Earth or one of those places. I pre-ordered a couple random kaiju things, and I got that email that says, hey, this is going to be charging and shipping soon. But I was like, wait, what? I was like, wait, what thing did I order? It's like I ordered a couple, I don't know. So but it's been slow, but I've been looking for, because Jay, I don't know if you saw this. This has been popping up in stores the last couple of days. Only the last like 2 days. I've gone to both Walmarts in my town. There's only 2 Walmarts here. But what's been popping up in Walmarts are the Godzilla Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover figures.
I thought you were going to say something totally different.
What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say, because I tried so hard, and I really am the best intention to go do this before I just got stuck doing some stuff with the kids. I was going to run up to Walmart to see if they had the Attack Peter PBR, the cans with the Attack Peter Godzilla and Mothra and Mecha Godzilla and King Ghidorah stuff. Yeah.
I was in Publix yesterday and I checked and they didn't have it. I'm going to be honest with you, Jay. I've never had a beer in my life. I've never drank alcohol in my life. And I felt weird even being in that aisle. I did. I felt weird. I was like looking around to make sure nobody I know. I know that sounds so weird. I've just never had alcohol ever. It's just something I don't do.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, am I going to buy beer? Just like, I want the cans, but it's like, what am I going to do with a fucking whole thing of full cans of beer? I was just like, okay, I don't know. But I went and looked. I was like, I'll at least take a picture of it if I see it. They didn't have that. But yeah, the Ninja Turtle Godzilla crossover figures are hitting. Which is crazy. I feel like that's really soon.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that for a while. And I really want those. They're super dumb and goofy. And just the fact that is in like Walmart, like
that's a thing. Yeah.
Raphael as Rodan. That is the most random bullshit I have ever heard. And even though I don't think I agree with like any of the pairings other than the Leonardo and Godzilla, I think all the pairings make no sense. I can't wait to own them. I love the look of them. They just look fun to me, and I love that. So I've been looking for them, but don't have them yet. But Jay, I do have one pickup.
Oh, nice.
I do have one pickup. I actually wasn't sure that I was going to be able to show this off because it didn't get announced until today. This is an exclusive.
Oh, time out. No. This deserves it.
As much as they can. Sometimes it's a glitter Godzilla, and sometimes it's Vector Man. For those best exclusives, it's gonna cost lots of yen. And let's hope that Sofubi is off their holiday top 10. Yeah, we got kaiju pickups. Oh, what a glorious day. Oh, kaiju pickups. Now back to Jake and Jay.
Hell yeah. So listen, I've had this under lock and key, not to, talk about, and I love, it's so hard to not talk about awesome toys. But this wasn't revealed until today, the day of recording. Mondo revealed that there's going to be a new variant, an Attack Peter variant. Peter painted this fucking thing. He didn't even tell me that when he sent it to me. I didn't know that until today. But he painted a variant of the UFO, the Godzilla UFO by Octeil, and he sent it along for us to check out, and it's amazing. This is really cool. This is the New York Comic Con exclusive colorway, and I love this one a lot. Like, so I only bought one of these. I have the Decon exclusive from last year, the black and red one. That has been my favorite. But I opened this and I was like, whoa, the colors on this are perfect. This looks so good to me. The gold, there's like a bronze, there's like blue and purple. And I feel like that's a little, like, this is a color combination that you don't get as much.
Yeah. And
it's kind of subtle. It's almost hard to see that there's purple and blue, 2 different colors here. I love the eyes on this thing. Man, this is so cool. And Peter, like, I don't know, man. Like, it feels, I'm very thankful. It feels special that he sent this to us to let us check it out and get it a little early. this thing is awesome, dude. I really love this. And I think, man, if you're going to New York Comic Con, pick this bad boy up, dude.
I love it. I think you nailed it. I think it's when people do new color combinations are like less, you know, not to say less popular, but ones that are like they're less frequently out there.
Yeah.
And they do them this well, like the bronze and golds with that dark blue. Man, it's good. I mean, I love it. I mean, I like obviously like Peter's like style. You know, obviously there's lots of the black and white and stuff, and to see that like no, this dude is an artist beyond just his one style.
Absolutely,
which we knew, but like now it's cool that everybody else is going to know that because I mean, if you look at that, you're not like, oh, that's definitely Attack Peter, but it's like,
right.
Yeah, we should start thinking like, oh, when you see a really awesome colorway like this, there's a damn good chance that he could be involved in painting.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. I love it, man. And, and it also like with not just with Mondo, and this is not a bad thing, but like, you know, if you look back at Mondo's release of their Sofubi from start to finish, you can kind of figure out the pattern of like maybe what the next color might be. It's like, oh, all right, now we're going to get the, you know, the whatever. But this, I don't know if they've done any with this combination of like this. I think this is all brand new as far as the color combination. I don't think there's other Sofubi from them or soft vinyl from them that has these kind of colors on it. So, dude, this is awesome. Peter, thank you for sending this, Mondo. Yeah, congrats. Congrats
on the beer.
This is killer, dude. Congrats. I feel like we're congratulating Attack Peter every week on something because you're fucking killing it, dude. And this is just another like this is awesome. Thank you for this.
I know. I mean, hey, when in the same week you get to do a colorway on something as cool as the Godzilla UFO, and you know you do the can art for you know what was like the biggest hipster beer 15 years ago. So
what I like about the beer thing is that people were finding it before it was announced.
I know
it wasn't announced anywhere, and I mean it was announced. I saw Peter be like, "Oh, I guess I could talk about this because everybody's finding it." Like, I woke up and on the internet, someone was like, literally, somebody was like, "What the fuck is this?" And it was just like a Godzilla can, and I'm like, "Oh, the cans are out." So like, people were just finding them everywhere. So
I wish I
like
found
that.
In the wild.
I like that feeling of like, oh, look what's out without making a big thing about it. So yeah.
I wish I would have been one of the people that like literally was just walking on the aisle and like you have to do the double take, right? Like, what? Like I know this. Like that's Attack Peter.
That's clear. Isn't it also just wild to be like King Ghidorah is on a fucking PBR
blue ribbon?
It's like we're living in such a weird timeline that like Godzilla is just fucking he's out there. Mothra is like on. It's just crazy. It's crazy to me. The cans look really good, man. Yeah, they look great. So.
No, I think it's probably this. I think it's because I hung up in the background. I had a new Attack Peter print there, the one with Yango, because Peter and I think are Yango's biggest fans.
Oh, Yango's great. Yeah.
And then my new Tom Whalen went up there. Like I had a lot of good juju, and it's like it just manifested into PBR cans.
let me say, Peter, now that you got PBR, what about maybe do Liquid Death? Hit up Liquid Death.
Yeah, do some water. Yeah,
do some water.
Yeah,
and I'll buy the shit out of it. So
I like the beer, man. So you're good, Peter, on that one. You're good. You're good. Jake will buy them for me. But really cool stuff. But hey, you know, I know going from the transition from Attack Peter to monsters that we love, and especially you during Halloween. I know we typically talk about what we watch, but I think there was a YouTube video that you made a little cameo in that might have been a Halloween-y type vibe to it.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things that happened at G-Fest, and I don't know, I think we probably talked about this on our recap video. We had to. So my flight to G-Fest was massively delayed by hours and hours. I mean, I was supposed to get to the hotel, like 3 PM or something like that. And I ended up walking in 5 minutes before you did at like 9 p.m. or some shit.
Maybe later.
The first thing I saw at G-Fest, I remember saying this to you. I'm sitting there. There's not that many people. People are just like checking in. It's late. And I saw this man walking around dressed like Dracula. And I was like, what the fuck is this? My first G-Fest, Dracula's walking around. So, yeah, we were, you know, selling some toys, and Dracula came in with a microphone and asked me a question if we had any Dracula merchandise or vampire merchandise. And I was just like, I don't know what's happening, but this is the coolest thing. I love that Dracula's interviewing me. I chased him down and I said, hey, what is this? And where can I watch this when it's done? And he told me it's going to be on YouTube. He did all this in his Dracula voice, by the way, because he recorded the whole thing and put it in the video. He said, you can find it on YouTube. I said, what's your channel? And he goes, I don't have one yet. He goes, just search Dracula Goes to G-Fest and you'll find it.
Yeah.
And every morning since G-Fest, I have searched for Dracula Goes to G-Fest and I have found nothing. And then I was like, I guess it's not happening. And then Jay, you sent me a couple days ago or a week ago, Dracula Goes to G-Fest. The best video I've ever seen. I loved every minute of it. Funny. He just literally just goes around to everybody and asks if they have Dracula merchandise or vampire merchandise. And I pop up in the video and I loved it. I don't know what this dude's bit is and like where it's going and like why he picked G-Fest. Is he a Godzilla fan? And he was just going to G-Fest anyway. So he said, hey, let me do this. He ended up buying. Hey, he bought something from us.
Oh, he did?
He did. He was out of costume. I don't know if he wants me knowing this or if he wants people knowing this, but he bought something and I sold it to him. It was like a day later. He wasn't in costume and I didn't notice who I was selling to until I like reached up to give him his change.
Yeah.
I gave him his change and I said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're Dracula. I was like, you're Dracula. I don't know. I'm a big fan. Hey, I hope he never sees this. I'm gonna put him on a t-shirt for next year. And I'm gonna wear a Dracula Goes to G-Fest shirt and hope he's there. Hope he sees it.
I love it.
I thought it was awesome, and it's on YouTube. If you search Dracula Goes to G-Fest, it's you'll find it. It's there
the only one. It's the
only video. I think it's the only video on the channel. Yeah. It exists. Go find it. Tokyo Toy Town makes an appearance.
Yes, it's amazing stuff. No, that was a highlight of my week, probably. To be honest with you, that was really good stuff. But yeah,
it was good. Jay, you got some slides for us?
Of course.
It's the Monster Island news for you. It's everything about kaiju from that Monster Island crew. There are others that do it and they're okay to choose, but there's only one super trusted, amazingly handsome Monster Island crew. Can you believe they're doing that to the Monsterverse? You missed another on Raccoon Lottery, that's the worst. You didn't hear about all those exclusives, no, you're not cursed. You just need another source for news and you'll find out first. Oh yeah, the Monster Island moves for you. It's everything about kaiju from that Monster Island crew.
Hey, before we get to the news, I also it wasn't, let me see if you can follow this. When that popped up, that little tease or that whatever you call it, intro, it made me think of the intro we just did on the pickups, which made me think of Spectre Man because he's in there, which made me think of Toy Anxiety. And also, we got to mention everybody who knew that Toy Anxiety this week would have a whole 5 or 10 minutes on Spectre Man. So, also amazing thing.
Hey, I was really surprised that Craig brought up Spectre Man, but I really hope, and I'm going to follow up with him, but I really hope he does sit down and watches a full episode.
That's
because
the next expansion in YHS.
Crazy. Yeah.
Spectre Man only.
I was like, dude, I have only seen a couple episodes, but I was like, please watch it.
We're getting him on here as our Spectre Man expert, and we're going to have just a round table. It'll be amazing.
He just falls in love with it for some reason. Yeah,
I mean,
great.
It's awesome. Who doesn't? Yeah, we got some news. It's all toy news because that's mostly what we care about. No, I'm joking, but this week it's all toy news. So let's talk about some toy releases, but let's focus on the highlights from Superfest 92. It sounds like one of those commercial wrestling tapes that we used to get, it's WrestleFest 92. Marty Jannetty, you can drink Martell. Okay, so I had to lead with the one. That's when you're mentioning it, I was laughing. So
Yeah.
M1 was there. And though none of this stuff is new, all of this stuff is out there. Like the fact that they're bringing it back. It's Halloween time across the world. And what better way to say I love you than with the gift of the spatula? How to say Halloween with then with a glow-in-the-dark orange and purple GMK, which we love, and the glow-in-the-dark Garamond, which we love. I mean, it's amazing. Like these are perfect.
I can't believe the prices on these, dude.
Yeah.
I just can't. I don't know. Like I saw these pictures and I just love these colors. Halloween's my favorite thing ever. And I love the way they have all the pumpkins set up on their table.
Yeah.
These are great.
Yeah. I hope that they bring those to Decon, whether if they're tabling or with somebody else, like that would be amazing. And then the Zillion tricycle, which forgot to get the T off there, typo, but we saw these at G-Fest. We bought them at G-Fest.
I was about to say, is this the same one or is this different?
Yeah, it's just making its rounds. So this was kind of the 3 highlights there they had at Superfest. But M1 always starting out strong.
Let me ask you before you move to the next. They also had on their table like a big Garamond that was all red. Did you see that?
I did.
It was in a bag, and it looked like a big boy, like maybe a 12-incher or something. But I didn't know exactly what I was looking at. I didn't know if you
so I didn't know if that was a one-off or if they had more of them. I thought that those
there was a bunch. It was a bunch in a.
There was maybe I saw a different.
It was like stacked.
I wonder if it's their. I don't know. I wonder if it's like their DX size, like their Hedera is. You know, like the big Hedera that like I got at G Fest, and you see like I wonder that'd be amazing. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
They always do good stuff. I'm excited to see what they what makes it to Decon.
I want both of those. I want that Godzilla and the Garamond. Yeah. That's such a good sculpt anyway. That 2001 is so cool. But like, if I were ever gonna just get one, I would want the purple one. I would want.
Those. I have the purple glow in the dark, but not the purple and orange. The one that's purple and off white or whatever. But the orange and the purple ones are my. I mean, yes. The answer is yes. They're amazing. Okay, so like you're gonna see a lot of the heavy hitters here. So we have M1. We're gonna go to USToys. So another amazing, just smattering of some newer releases and some existing ones from USToys. A lot of the pocket size building box series and shampoo bottle series and shampoo bottle deluxe. These are amazing, and they're continuing to put out great stuff. The one that really jumped off the page to me, like, was I love that Pagos there in the center, the bigger one there. I think that's a SD or SBDX, the shampoo bottle deluxe. The green and yellow, I think that's a cool color for him. I love that one. I think that was really great. And the other one that really jumped off is right behind him, that Jamila looked so good. Like, I'm like, amazing. I wish we were able to get away from Tokyo Toy Town to see him at G Fest, in the Subaraya section. But yeah, those two were the ones that stuck out to me.
Yeah, these are all cool. I know we talked about a couple of these, I think, last episode, because I'm this gold Ultraman we talked about a little bit, but
look at the Woo. Look at the Woo. I didn't even see him.
Yeah,
on the far right. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I like that. I like that. That kind of soft pastel colors that they're using here. These like kind of mossy green Buscas, and this is all just great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just want to go grab that, all of those together.
I know, dude. The Pagos has like such a. He looks cuddly. You know what I mean? He's very all his lines are very nice and plump and round, and he just looks like he'll grant your wishes for you and bring you a birthday cake.
He does. He's perfect, like holding a big birthday cake. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell here on the image, a little bit small, but like I think like going with like the light brown, tan, whatever you want to call that, off-white stomach that blends into that yellow. Like I don't know. It just, to me, it like adds a little bit of like cuddly teddy bear to him. Yeah. Let
me ask you a question, because there's two of these that I don't quite. Who's on all fours in the very front?
Hold on. I actually can't see because my slide thing is.
You can't see it.
Hold on. Let's see if I can make this bigger.
Well, if you can't see it.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me go back here. There we go. Okay. I think that is Is that from the Ultra 7 episode where he shrinks himself down and he goes inside and fights that evil virus monster thing? I think that's him. I forgot his name.
Let me ask you one more if I can.
Yeah.
Right behind Pagos, looks like he's got a space helmet on or something.
Oh no, that's Alien Guts. That's one of the main. So remember last week when we were talking about those 2 Ultra 7 Kaiju, or 1 Ultra 7, 1 Ultraman Ace, but that were painted by the actress, that were designed and painted by the actress. He's the one that was like, I was telling you, like shakes and drives a car and stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's him. But it does look like he has a space helmet on.
Well, it's just you can't see him. Yeah, I was like, I can't see his face, and it looks like he's wearing a helmet. What is that? So yeah.
Oh, totally. I didn't even that's funny. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Now I can't unsee it. Now he's just in a space helmet. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna bug me. I gotta do some talking, do some singing or something. I gotta look up this Ultra 7 character.
He's gonna just pull him up.
I know. What's that episode?
I don't know. I love all these though. I really want to get one of these Ultraman. I love the kneeling Ultraman. Yeah. I think that gold makes it look like it belongs on an altar. It kind of separates it from the other toys to me. I really like that. And I mean, they're out there, but
you know what I bought for Tokyo Toy Town? I got, it's Ultraman, and it's that color gold with the red. It looks like that, but it's the Marusan 450 or 350 size of that. But it's that colorway. And to your point, I didn't that's something I'm not like, oh, I want a gold Ultraman. Yeah. But that one,
there's just something about it.
Yeah, it kind of works in a weird way. You know,
I bet it would look good next to who's the green from Shin? The green Ultraman, you know what I'm talking about? When his powers.
Oh, they
look cool. The energy. Look cool to get a couple of the different ones. And
100%. Yeah, Metacom is a really good one of those. So Dali, that I was right. Okay, cool. So that monster was Dali or Dari. He was he's in the episode Space Bacteria. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yay! I found his name. Okay, that was bugging the crap out of me. Because it's an okay episode, but like you just. It's one of those where it's like the kaiju, you've seen them, whatever, you can't think of the name. Anyway, so USToys, we love you.
Yeah, we love them.
Marusan, also, we love you, Marusan. So Marusan had a big Superfest because they had 3 big licensed properties we'll talk about here. But then they also had some really good stuff with Marumon. In fact, I would say it was probably skewed more Marumon. So here, I love these. I love the yellow magic Aurora here. So it's a clear, I know it's a clear yellow with the Aurora in there, but the spray, the highlight spray on the outside is like a magenta neon pink. So I love this so much. And, you can't see it here in the photo, but that Aurora with that yellow translucent is going to just be awesome looking.
Yeah, that looks like you need sunglasses to look at it in real life. That's
100%. Yeah. I love it. It reminds me of what were in the 80s, the animals that were the mixed up animals, the Popples? Was that Popple? Not Popples.
Popples? I don't know.
No, what was it? Oh my gosh. That's gonna bug me now, dude.
Hey,
no. But there was a monkey rhinoceros combination. I don't know. There was like these colors.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh. I got to find this, Jake. Was
it like a cartoon?
It was a cartoon. Yeah, it was a cartoon. Oh shoot. Monkey and it's like, it's a one that's like, it's not exactly like rare. It's just, I can't think of it now. Oh my gosh. What are those things called? This is literally I will not be able to do the rest of the episode.
While you're doing that, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Now I just want to make sure I'm seeing this right. This Shin.
Wuzzles.
The
Wuzzles.
Wuzzles, Popples. That's so close.
Yes.
Are some of his spines pink, some yellow, and some clear? Did they do like all 3 colors in his?
So I don't know. To me, I thought it might have been a yellow, translucent yellow, and then like you have the Aurora
like a pink
coming through.
Yeah, but it's just to me, it looks like they literally did all 3 colors in a spine. Which
it is called the yellow magic. So maybe it's magic.
It's magic. All right,
magic. I don't know. We have to get one in person. The next one is one of my favorite. Actually, these are two of my favorite Ultra kaiju coming up, but from Ultraman. I love Antlar. I bought the 450, this sculpt. I bought it when I was in Japan. One of my favorites. This is a 70s version. This very cool orange and green and blue and just funky looking. Antlar is one of the best. This thing is huge. It looks like it should be like hanging out on some shag carpet. I mean, it's amazing. This thing is awesome. And I love Antlar. I think Marusan kills that sculpt. It's one of their, I think it's the best Antlar sculpt besides USToys, the building block series, which I still think is the best. But this is awesome.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say. He looks great. The colors are cool. And it's like kind of Halloween-y colors. It's like,
it's getting there.
Orange, yellow, and green. Looks like a
change
pumpkin.
that blue to purple and you're rocking and rolling, man.
Yeah.
The next one is kind of their big release, I think, from their licensed property. And it's this 450 King Joe. And it's so they have a lot going on here. So like the one I have a double mold where you can kind of see the insides, but it's pink and clear. And they have some like the Mecha Godzilla where it's clear and you can see the inside. So they have that. So the base here, guys, of those listening, it's a clear King Joe 450 mold with the inside machine printed stuff to make it look like you see the inside on half. And then the other half is painted to be King Joe. So, okay, like we've seen them do that with Mecha Godzilla where it's half and half.
Hey, you get me with that gimmick every time. I love it. Yeah.
Every time. And then they go one step further. And this one also glows in the dark. So it's a little bit of everything. So it's like clear, half and half, insides showing, and glows in the dark.
It's everything you want in a Sofubi.
Hey, Marusan, good job. This is awesome. Like amazing. Like, their stuff is so good. So good. But we mentioned they didn't stop there. Maruman line was great. We got a Dragiris hat, monster hat coming.
Want that.
So that might be a decon.
Hey, well, that's another thing. Earlier, I was off air. We were kind of talking about decon and like all the things I know I'm going to have to buy a decon. And I was like, on the list was like, well, if Marusan has some of these fucking helmets, they had them last year and like now they have a new one.
Yeah. So cool. They released a new one of their robots from like their, they do like the mechs and versus kaiju stuff and everything. So this is a Robo number 2 Eagle, which is a great name for that. And then what I think, other than the hat, if you were there and you were like, oh my gosh, there's all this cool stuff. I know our buddy Chaz would beeline it to this for these awesome, the 12-inch, the big giant gorillas. And they did 6 or more one-offs. Which, you don't see a ton at Marusan. Like, it's usually like their line and like their, small production runs, but their their official releases. But then here they're doing these cool one-offs, and these are all great.
Yeah, I was looking at these as they were posting them, and I was like playing that game where it's like, okay, well, if I could get one, which one would I get? And it's like kind of impossible.
Which one? You gotta pick one.
So
I got mine in my head.
If I were picking one, it would be the blue on blue, the bottom left corner.
Bottom left, very Marusan, classic Marusan blue.
I just like those two colors together. I would either do that. My second choice would be the brown with the blue face and hands and the yellow chest.
That's my number one. Yeah. The bottom right.
It reminds me of like Primal Rage.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just looks good.
Yeah, these are really good. Marusan, once again, kudos. Like, you need it from us, but still kudos. We'll be buying lots of your stuff at Decon. But it wasn't just Marusan. We got our buddies Inca Vinyl, and they had a lot of cool stuff there. They had some non like kaiju stuff, some stuff from manga and other properties that they work with. Some Go Nagai stuff and everything. So they did do. I love that they're doing these like just glow in the dark blue blanks, and they like every one of the stuff that the kaiju they've released, they've done this variant, and they're $60. It's amazing, and these are 9-inch tall figures.
I can't believe some of the prices all around on stuff, and I mean that's always kind of blown my mind. But I really love. I mean, these guys are killing it, and they're really like climbing the ladder as far as like sculpts go. Love these guys.
And we talked about, talking about Decon, and I think both you and I and our friends kind of had a kind of a giddy moment by knowing when we found out that NECA Vinyl and Permafrost are going to be at Decon. So great stuff.
Yeah.
The next two from Dreamrock, we don't have to talk about. We did talk about them last week or last show. So, I just want to mention these did see the light of day, and it's the Alien Borg and the Ultra 7, which is getting a mass release as well. And then that big Monster Expo series, Duraka, which is just stunning. So we talked about these last week, but I didn't want to think we forgot.
You know what Duraka looks like to me, especially this one? He looks like when you go into Publix and you go to the balloon section and they have the balloons blown up. Doesn't he look like a balloon? Like it
looks like that Mylar. Yeah, 100%.
It's the color and the shape of him and the lines make him look like he's just a balloon.
Hey, Duraka balloons. That's the next big thing, man. Yeah. I love it. A whole series of things that look like Mylar balloons in the grocery store with the flowers. Cool. Okay, so a couple other things, and these were like maybe the less publicized, but Yamamart, who we love, they went with kind of the vintage style looking Ultraman Taro and Black Pigeon from Ultraman Ace. These are really cool, and it's weird because like I think when we think of Yamamart, I think we think of like their partnership with Blotbus and their collabs they do with him and all this other stuff. But these were cool. Black Pigeon's a great kaiju, and these both look like these are straight out of the 1970s.
Black Pigeon is so dumb and funny, and I just
sad episode though, man. It's so sad.
It's not one I've seen, but it is like, I gravitate towards some of the dumber kaiju, and the fact that it's just a big pigeon. I love it.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Hey, and then, how come all the ones that I end up liking are the sad ones?
A lot of them
like
are sad.
Dodongo and Tyrant, and they're all all weird episodes where you're like, oh, they didn't have to slit his throat like that. It's like,
Black Pigeon it'll break your heart. So we talk. I think maybe you and I in person have talked more about like Tofu Monster, and we talk about them on here. But they do these fun Pigmon, Garamon, kind of wacky looking weird creatures, and they've been rocking and rolling for a while, and they had some really cool one-offs. But the ones on top, those three clear, their shaved ice variant, I love those. Those are beautiful. Great. Yeah,
I really love these. I've always wanted one of these guys. They're great. These all look good.
Yeah.
I would love to snag one of these.
Yeah, they're
I like that he's got his tongue out and something like it's. Yeah, he looks like a little bulldog.
Yeah, he does. He does. No, really cool stuff. So that was it for the Superfest.
Here we go.
So so this is not Superfest exclusive. Those are my highlights. These are some things that also came out this week, and this one was my favorite because, and actually, I have a couple slides on some stuff that is Hakuba Gallery or Gallery of Hakuba or Graveyard Gallery exclusive. Bullmark. I feel like everything Bullmark releases now, the modern iteration of it, comes through Hakuba, which is awesome because they do really great stuff. And this wave of Space Amoeba, of Yog, it's no different. These very vintagey style, this red Ganame, this blue Gezora, which is very similar to some of the styles, the vintage style that's been released that was on I think maybe gray vinyl back in the day, and the green Camibus. Like this is beautiful. And the Marusan recently did all their stuff. We sold some at G Fest and stuff where they released their sculpts of these, but these vintage style Bullmark sculpts are so charming, and like they just are fun, and they're everything that people should like about vintage Sofubi, but now obviously released in a modern in a modern way. So
yeah,
I don't know.
There's something like, I don't know. There's something like simplistic, and the colors look so vibrant and smooth and like classic. And I just love all three of these.
Yeah.
And the is it Ganame? How you say it?
Ganame. Yeah.
I love the goofy eyes on him.
Best part.
Like they're like googly eyes, and the Camibas like just looks. He has he has the same attributes that the US toy we were talking about.
Oh yeah, Pagos. Yeah.
Very. I just love these. We picked up a Gezora while we were in Japan, me and Jess, and it
doesn't get better.
Yeah,
then
these are just great. These are all great.
Yeah. I feel like if you have a day in your life where you pick up a Gezra toy, like that's a good day in your life. Like
Gezra is a
it's
good day.
It is. No, these are wonderful. And I love that like more than one company now is going back to Space Amoeba and getting some cool stuff out there. And I like that it's a bull market, these vintage sculpts, Marusan, the more modern stuff. Like I don't love them. Okay, so some more Hakuba Gallery exclusives. These are from two designers, stuff that we don't talk about, but these were two detailed, cool, different style releases. The first one is this 62 from Godzilla 62 from Kaiju Smuggler. This thing is 10 inches tall. The pre-order is going up in a couple of days from the time we release this. So get there early. Get it, because I have a feeling this one will probably sell out. It's very cool. And that's one of like the meanest I've ever seen.
It's the best.
Look.
It's the best 62s ever looked. What I like about both of these, especially the 62, is it feels very like a like a chain in between Sofubi and maybe other non-Sofubi toys. It feels so different, but
missing link.
Yeah, it's the missing link. It's in between, but it looks great. I really love the 60. I like the 62 a lot.
Yeah, me too. It's really good. And but not to be outdone, the Momoko studio here with this big, bulky, just tough guy.
Look at his fucking tail.
Like
you could hurt somebody with that.
This Space Godzilla here, 10 inches tall. He doesn't miss a lot of days at the gym. But the pre-order up is now. It's up now. That's bad English, but it is up right now at the website and going to be released at the beginning of next year. So I don't know. I think this is so cool and slightly different than some of the other Space Godzilla sculpts that we have, even though the painting is obviously very similar to this colorway. But I love it. I love it. I think it's cool. And like I said, he's for your roided up Space Godzilla fans.
I love Space Godzilla, and it's one of those, like, I always feel a little weird. Not weird, but the movie's not the greatest Godzilla movie.
No.
But it is such a cool concept, such a cool design. I'm so happy that we're getting multiple Space Godzilla Sofubis in the last year or so. This thing's cool, man. It just looks great. It's like this is a big boy.
It is. Yeah. 10 inches tall and it looks like 10 inches wide, but, yeah, so really cool stuff. So awesome. Good job, guys. Rock and roll. And then let's see, do I have anything else here? Oh yeah. So here's some more upcoming releases. This is all over the place. This is truly one of the most random slides. So holiday season's approaching, and you do need a good tree topper. And so Paragon FX Group has released these really cool light up tree toppers of Godzilla 74 and Mecha Godzilla 74. You can get them for $150 each or $250 for the pair. They have a deal, and they're 9 inches tall. They're going to be released here shortly in Q4, but these are very cool. This is I know you got your Ultraman theme going for Christmas, but
yeah, I gotta.
This is pretty good too.
I like these because you can get this and it can just be a cool thing you own, even if you're not going to put it on a tree.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at these the other day and I was like, ooh, do I want to buy one of these? I was like, it's not going to go on a tree, but they're just cool. They look great.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see these guys doing Godzilla stuff. I know that they're working on an oxygen destroyer prop,
yes.
And I don't know how much it's going to be. I don't know, but I don't care because I feel like that is something we need. We need oxygen destroyers in our lives.
100%, dude.
Love these.
Very cool. And then I know you like this sculpt a lot, that classic illustrated image Godzilla. Yeah. And they've had a few releases. So Metacom's coming back and they're doing one painted like the old Aurora model kit, the one we know, the green on light green. So it's a very familiar look. And this thing is going to be released in October. So this month now. So awesome. And so we'll probably see this at a lot of the Metacom, kind of the big US based Metacom retailers, like 3D retro and stuff like that. Might be a decon.
Yeah,
it might be a decon.
I might have to pick that up. That'll look really good. Those colors are really nice, and it'll look really good next to the blue one that I already have. But yeah, I mean, you remember when I saw this sculpt for the first time, I was just like, I just laughed at it. I thought it was so silly. It's just, I love everything about this sculpt. It really has a hold on me. It's still one of my favorite toys that I have is this guy. So this is
they haven't forgotten about it. They're coming back. And the other thing now, I don't even know if you remember this. I remember it was probably maybe not last San Diego Comic-Con, like one this year, but maybe 24. That unboxing they had like the prototype for the
they had a
little Godzilla with the heart, and they had this one. So it was them in Transmission Toys. So they had this another updated kind of picture release saying coming soon. So I thought this was kind of cool that, hey, this thing, they hadn't forgot about this one either. So this was going to come out hopefully soon.
They had it at Comic-Con this year as well.
Oh, they did. Okay.
And this is a buy for me. Like I will buy this. 100%. It looks really great. I just like everything about it. And this is a cool teaser image to do it from the top like this. So yeah.
We're big fans of Unbox. We're big fans of Transmission Toys. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
So 100% a must buy. 100%. So awesome stuff. And then I believe that is it. That is it for news. So a lot of cool stuff coming out super fast, and even outside of super fast, some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And of course the Mondo news that came out today, which I'm glad you mentioned that didn't make it into the slide because of timing, but the new UFOs come out at Comic-Con.
I think they're going to have more. Yeah. So New York Comic-Con, it's soon. It's very soon. It's, I mean, it's like in the next week or two. I'm not sure the exact dates, but it's coming up soon. So, I think it's possible they might have other, they might have some other Godzilla or kaiju news to drop. So we'll see. Jay, you gonna talk about Dogora?
Do you want to do it?
Let's do it.
We watched a film today, oh boy. This is the part of our show that's not about toys. We didn't research this particular piece of media because there's a ton of podcasts that'll read from Wikipedia. But we'll tell you what we honestly think, like how Orochi's grand and Yonguri stinks. We'll tell you that Inframan can change your very life. Pretty sure Jake wants Princess Dragonmon to be his wife. We know some people simply won't want to hear us, but they're probably the same ones that like Mega Gear us. Whoa! We watched a film today, oh boy. Let's just hope it's not Mega Gear us. Yeah, let's hope it's not Mega Gear us. Mega Gear us is so dumb.
I don't know if I ever realized how much of a mood you must have been in when you wrote that one, because the whole thing is basically like fuck you. I love it. So we watched Dogora. I was not super familiar with this movie. I had I recognized the creature from the internet or photos or
from the internet,
from the internet, but I didn't know anything about it. And so a couple weeks ago you were like, hey, we should either do Dogora or we should do the movie we did last week.
Peking Man.
Mighty Peking Man. And
very similar movies, right?
I watched both of the trailers.
Yeah.
And I said, Jay, I'm going to leave this up to you because I want to do both of these. These both look great to me.
Yeah.
And I loved Mighty Peking Man. I didn't love Dogora. It was just not the movie I expected from the trailer. This movie is basically about it's about like a diamond heist.
Yeah,
basically, and in the middle of a diamond heist, a carbon-eating space jellyfish comes to Earth and fucks some shit up. It wants to eat the diamonds.
Yeah.
I'm going to see what you think first. Yeah. Let's go to you.
Question. Did you watch this like on the Criterion Channel or?
Is it on the Criterion Channel?
Yeah.
Because I pay for the Criterion Channel and I don't watch enough on the Criterion Channel, and I just watched it on Archive because I didn't know where to find it.
So will do me a favor, and doesn't change anything about the movie.
Yeah.
Well, something like when you're done with this, go like put it on for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think the transfer, the copy or whatever that's on Criterion is
Is it good?
so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
that bums me out because I watched it on my iPad at work.
Yeah. And once again, that doesn't change. Like
The movie's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, movie's the same. But so I actually like this movie. And I haven't seen it in a while, but not that long ago. Like, I mean, it's one that like, you know, I've been familiar with for a while, but and it comes down to two things. Like, first off, like I can't stress enough. I think the transfer on Criterion is beautiful. I mean, it looks really, really good. And adds to like just kind of the whole thing. I like it for two things. I think it's fun seeing like a cast of characters in there that we all recognize and know.
It is a good cast.
It's a good cast. The other thing, and this is what like I feel, especially going into Toho, because you know we know these kaiju so much, and there's so much personality in these monsters, in Godzilla and Minya and King, everything. I mean, there is a personality to them. There's something I think that works really well with Dogora is that it literally was a creature that there's no emotion. You don't see really much of it. It just consumes, and like it's not trying to take over the earth or because aliens are controlling it or anything like that. It is truly just not to say like the original Godzilla, like we caused it with our radiation and therefore whatever, but like, it was just a cell that lived in the atmosphere of Earth, and it was mutated and, it became what it was, and then attacked Earth. And it's just consuming to exist and grow and evolve. And there's something so scary about that, right? Yeah. Because there is no rationale or there's no reasoning with it. And it's just this, like, it's almost a force of nature, right? And I think knowing the limitations of, and we'll talk about a little bit into the 10 fun facts, but of how we bring this thing to life on screen in 1964, I thought they actually did a really good job in a lot of that to make it like, I don't want to say believable, but add to kind of the eeriness of it and whatever. So I like that. I do think it is a gangster heist movie with a kaiju shoehorned in. Yes, 100%. But I think the character of Mark Jackson and just the absurdity of it and the silliness of it, and the fact you have, I think, this cool, unique, different type of kaiju, it makes it a very enjoyable film for me. It's not in Letterboxd, it's not getting a 4 out of 5 stars. Like it's definitely a 3, a 2.5 or 3. Yeah. But I do like it, and I it's not a great kaiju film, but I do like it, and I like a lot of the aspects of it, and it's a fun watch for me. But we'll watch the Criterion version just to see if some of the
I will
some more, I don't know, vibe.
I'll check it out for sure. Here's what I liked and didn't like. I got so bored watching this movie, and I usually get annoyed with people who aren't like big Godzilla fans who are like, there's not enough monster in it. Like, I don't like the humans. Like, that always annoys the fuck out of me. But I just could not give a fuck about the humans in this. Yeah. I didn't care about any of the diamond shit. I just wanted to see more of them. I thought the monster was really well done, and I loved anytime Dogora's on screen. I loved it.
The bridge, I love the bridge.
The bridge stuff is awesome. I also loved the concept because it is so weird and it's so different from any other kaiju movie. Everything about the monster, I was super into it. And I loved it. Looks like, I don't know if this is on your facts or not, but it looks like they used a lot of like water tank stuff for the effects. And I just thought it all looked really great, but there's not a ton of it. And it's like mainly this diamond heist thing. And excuse me, I went into it being like, cool, this is gonna be like Matango or something,
Yeah.
And for me, it just wasn't. And I just found myself being like, I watched it at work because I was bored of work. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm about to watch a awesome movie. And then I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to go back to work. I was like, I was just getting bored of it. It might be something I like. I would, it's not like a hate. I would rewatch it. I think the creature effects and the creature concept brings this movie like really far, and it's like it's worth watching for that stuff.
Yeah, it's 100%. I think that's a lot of the feedback, right? Like, because the people that are going to be most like naturally inclined to watch this film are people that come in through their love of kaiju and Godzilla, because it's another Toho thing. There is a space alien in it, so it's like, okay, let's watch this. And it's not what the film is, right?
Yeah.
The film,
I watched the trailer and I wasn't expecting, Son of Godzilla or anything weird or silly. I was expecting like, oh, this is going to be more serious. It might be a little weird. This might be more like a real movie, but with a kaiju in it. And then it just didn't, I don't know. It just lost me multiple times. I was just like, oh yeah. I was like, at least it's short.
I know. Well, I think it comes down to, I think the point of like delineation between those that have more my opinion on it and those that have more of your opinion on it, because like I think like most of the stuff we agree on and like what was good and what was like, not the strongest parts of it. And I think there's a lot of stuff to like on both sides. But I think the point is, do you love Mark Jackson? And I am in the camp of yes, and you sound like I'm in the camp of no. So,
well, he was fine. I just like, I liked when he kept karate chopping people.
I know.
I was like, I just thought that was so funny.
Yeah. So let me get out some 10 facts. Let's see if this adds a little color to this film. And this is, it's one of those films. It's not like there's not a lot of like super controversial things. This didn't do, all crazy stuff. So some of these aren't like big heavy hitters. Like, oh my gosh, they originally had King Kong lined up to be that, nothing like that. Right. But there's some cool stuff nonetheless about Dogora that will add some color and texture to it, if you will. So number one, the monster itself. Hey, like as much as like it's not a popular monster in the whole like scope of Godzilla-dom, it kind of is, because it's been in 5 video games, including what I most recognize it from is the NES, the Monster of Monsters, where it's not only a creature, but also is in the background. The big version of Dogora is in the background, the vines and everything. So Dogora is in that. It's in, some of the Sega, PlayStation games. It's in a little bit of everything, Dreamcast, you name it. Like, it's there. Yeah. So Dogora loves to be in video games.
I love that. I love that that's one of my favorite things about Toho just in general is like kind of making a shared universe out of things. And I remember back when I used to play the Nintendo Godzilla all the time. I still own a copy of it, but I used to play it a lot. And I remember when I was a kid, when, there was a couple monsters in that I had no idea. I was like, who the fuck is Dogora? And I remember being like, who the fuck are these guys? Why isn't it Gigan? You know what I mean? I remember being like, and then like growing up and being like, oh, but this is I love that. That's very cool.
Yeah. One thing you mentioned, continuity and shared universe. I know there's a whole thing like in the Kiryu continuity, like the ones that follow the 2 Millennium Kiryu, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla and SOS, like Dogora is confirmed as like being in that universe, which is awesome. Cool, and then we'll talk about another one in a second where it also makes an appearance. Actually 2. So this is one. So this is cool. So the Godzilla Island series, the one that was done with like the Bandai figures, but official Toho stuff with Jiro Dan as the main guy there and stuff. But so Dogora did make an appearance in the series, but it actually is one of the few that was actually done by a proper puppet as opposed to a Bandai figure. So, and I didn't watch the Godzilla Island series, but from what I read about like its character, like was a, what does it say here? My name is Dogora and I'm a salesman from the spirit realm. It's hilarious.
Hey, that's a better plot. Make that. He's just coming to Earth to be like, yeah, I just want to sell you.
Yeah, I want to sell you some stuff.
So
Ticket to Heaven. So yeah, so he's in the Godzilla series or Island series as well. But this is the one I think that you might recognize. It does make in that opening scene that cameo from the Godzilla anime. It's one of the monsters that destroys Earth and stuff. And so it killed almost 4 million people in London. So Dogora is in there. And then in the novelization, that's even expanded upon. But it did have, like, as they show some of the newscast scenes of like when the Earth is being taken over by the monsters.
You know, that's interesting because I was going to say, like, as you were explaining Dogora's whole thing, doesn't it sound a lot like the Planet Eater?
Yeah.
Doesn't it sound like the plot to the Planet Eater? It was like,
so, but they got beat up there. But was it? And once again, perfect, like you said, perfect kaiju to put in that overall universe. So, very cool there. So the next one, there's actually a lot of stuff about kind of the origins of this film, and I was not familiar. So this is, I pulled one of those things where I actually read some stuff on it because I was interested. So I know I'm a dork, but I ruined our whole shtick. The one thing, like, the biggest difference between the original plans, which were in a project that was started in 1962 but then abandoned, and was that it was called Space Mons or Space Monsters. It was going to be set in more of a futuristic setting, right?
Okay.
It was still jellyfish, still that type of thing, but it might not have been as much a gangster jewel heist, right? Because it might have been something different, but there's supposed to be more of a future version of the world portrayed in it. So that was the biggest thing. So it was heavily redone, and there were some things changed up and everything. And I have not seen these, but apparently the storyboards that were produced for that, like for the pitch and for the project, one of the Godzilla encyclopedias has those in there.
Oh, okay.
You can see some more like what was it supposed to look like and be. So, but story change. The monster, it sounds like, didn't change a ton, other than like it got a name. So very cool stuff there. Number 6, I thought you'd love this. You love movie posters and names of foreign films. So, oops, I forgot the 0 there. But the West German title of Dogora was X3000, not 300, 3000 Phantoms Against Gangsters. So,
cool.
Vastly superior title.
Love that. I love that their version of Dogora just looks like 2 tornadoes.
I know, right?
It's like 2 tentacles or whatever. Yeah, that's cool.
It's like in the Godzilla vs. the Thing merchandise where it has like the tentacles coming out,
tentacles and shit. Yeah.
Number 5. So here you go. Let's talk a little bit about production. So this is a very cool thing. I thought this was one of the coolest things about it. So when they were trying to decide how they were going to do the body, and this unfortunately is in like a small scene when you see kind of the whole body. It was made, and remember, this is 1964. Keizo Murase, who we've talked about last time a lot with Mighty Peking Man and with Brush of God and all the stuff that he did, Godzilla 62, you name it, Varan. And his idea to Tsuburaya was to get this new material that was really coming out and doing some cool stuff, soft vinyl, and then to make it out of a soft vinyl, and then, of course, put it in under the water and do the footage like you said. The reason that not much of it was used was because like the water and everything was so cloudy and it was hard to get a lot of really good shots. But in the scenes that you see it in that way, it totally feels like soft vinyl, kind of very thin soft vinyl. That's floating crazy in the water. But the picture on the bottom there, I mean, that's a production photo. So it's so cool.
The photos are amazing. Like, that stuff is amazing. Hey, all this behind the scenes stuff is so much more interesting to me than the movie was.
Yeah.
Like, I really like all of this stuff. The creature is so cool looking. I could tell that they were using a lot of underwater stuff because, like, there's a lot of shots where the clouds are doing weird things in the movie, and that is like a time tested thing where you like put a weird cloud in the water and manipulate the cloud. It's in Ghostbusters. They do it in like Poltergeist. They use those weird water tanks with the cloud stuff. So like anytime Dogora shows up in the movie, the clouds do that weird thing. And I was like, oh, that's a water. I was like, they're doing that in a water tank. But the fact that they like just straight up used a soft vinyl, they used a Sofubi basically for like, it's just kind of cool. That's awesome. They made it out of that.
This is very cool. So speaking of production, the sound, Dogora's unique sound. It actually comes from clams. So clams, and they use a special respiratory microphone. And once again, don't exactly know what that means. But they use that to get that cool haunting,
Wow.
type sound. The bigger news, even more so than the clams or the bigger kind of whatever, is it's been reused and mixed with other effects, but it's the base for Alien Bolton and Bolton in Ultraman. But also, one of my favorite things, the Lady Guard alarm from Invasion, the inventor sells the alarm that's gonna, help ladies from getting attacked.
Yeah.
That's Dogora.
That's so crazy. Yeah. That's so, I love that.
Dogora.
I love the recycling of
Super Eye is
the
the
other-
best. I mean,
yeah, it's like that's what they do, but it's such a, because it feels like they did that kind of stuff just out of necessity of like, oh, we'll just use this, we have it. But it feels like an Easter egg, even though it's like they probably weren't thinking of it. They weren't like, ooh, make it Dogora, just throw it in there. They don't. That's not the thought process, but I love it.
I know there's like 3 like true prime sounds, and everything else is just some weird combination.
Yeah, just whatever. You're like watching something completely different, and you're like, oh, that's Rodan's. What is this?
Oh yeah, or when like Godzilla's voice unchanged is used for like Gorgos in Ultraman or Ultra Q or whatever. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Okay, so number 3. So this is gonna get these 3 all kind of interact together.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 3. I think it has one of the best casts of Toho regulars, and I love here the images I put are some of their iconic characters, right? So you have Dr. Hayashida's in there. Yosuke Natsuki obviously plays the main police detective, the main thing. Princess Salno herself is a jewel thief here with Akiko Wakabayashi. Hideo Amamoto, who we love as Doctor Who, we love as the toy tinkerer in Godzilla's Revenge, and of course the old ghost man in GMK, amongst other things. He's the safe cracker. My favorite Toho actor, Hiroshi Koizumi, Chujo and Mothra. Dr. Chujo is there as the brother that works in the factory. I think one of the best characters of all time, Mr. Kumayama from Mothra versus Godzilla. Yoshifume Tajima is there, but you also have 2 big time regulars like Jun Tazaki was the old captain in Atragon, and Tsusumu Fujita, who I feel like plays every single military leader captain. But I also think of him as the minister, head director of the Ultra Guard in Ultra 7. Like these are like heavy. I mean, like there's no Takarada, there's no Akiko Harada, and there's no Yoshia Tsuchiya, but like everybody else is in it. It
is everybody. It is a lot of people.
But that's not the most important cast member with a huge iconic role, because as you know, and I'm surprised you didn't come in costume. Yes, that is Robert Dunham as Mark Jackson. Emperor Antonio himself is Mark Jackson. I mean, the dude has range. He has range.
That's so crazy,
isn't it?
I did not recognize that. I had no clue.
Yeah,
that is awesome. Now I have to watch it again, dude. That is the power of like what facial hair will do to you.
I know, and a few years. I mean, it's a good 9 years later, right? So
yeah. Also, like you're used to hearing dubbed voices and stuff, you know what I mean? Like it's like doesn't sound like him, so it's like, hey, that's so crazy.
Well, the other crazy thing is like when they did the English dub of it, they didn't even let him speak English in it. Like they had another actor dub as English, and obviously he spoke the Japanese.
Yeah,
but it was a different actor that did his dub. They didn't even let him dub his own voice.
Wow.
But so think about this. Okay, Mark Jackson. Robert Dunham's going to be Mark Jackson, the future Emperor Antonio. But Toho, and I think this was something I had no idea, and this is in one of August Ragone's books that I was reading a bit about, and it's fascinating because definitely this had no idea. It wasn't on my radar. I had no idea that the character of Mark Jackson, they had plans for Mark Jackson. In fact, they being Toho, sent him to Hollywood to like start helping pitch the international release of Dogora and possibly plans to do a Mark Jackson, like jewelry thief expert, cool guy, whatever he is, spinoff. And as you could probably have guessed what happened, they're like, no, like, we don't know you. Like, no, this is no.
We don't know you.
And thankfully they didn't, because if they had, and we had this, if Mark Jackson would have been the proto, born supremacy guy, or whatever, like, he would have just been, James Bond would have just gone away because it would have been replaced by Mark Jackson 007.
Hey,
we wouldn't have got Emperor Antonio. And then if we don't get Emperor Antonio, does young Jacob Walsh like Godzilla as much?
Maybe
then
not.
when we get dude YHS with Dr. Pepper ads, do we bond over Dr. Pepper?
We don't even.
Over Godzilla, excuse me. And then do we have YHS on Monster Island? And then there's no Toku Toy Town.
Man.
And then I don't ever go to G-Fast.
Holy shit.
Mark Jackson's failure
to
get this launched, this Mark Jackson series.
Yeah.
We might not even be friends. So,
it's responsible for our whole lives.
It is. So
good. Fuck you, Mark Jackson.
Oh, the great Robert Donovan. But that character it's zany.
Yeah. That's pretty. Hey, that's all pretty crazy. Like, that's all really interesting. That was their plans coming out of Dogora. But literally all those facts are so cool that it does make me want to just. It makes me want to sit down and watch it again, even though I didn't like it. This is an interesting one. I think first of all, just the fact that you like it and I was bored with it is we're usually on the same page with everything as far as movies go. So that's a little different. Listen, I could have been having a boring day in general. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I just wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a little more of it felt to me like as I was watching it, I was just like, oh, this is so close to being great. I was like, oh, let this be one of those movies that's a secret, like Matango, and I'm going to watch it and be like, fuck, that is a movie. You know what I mean? And it just, for me, it wasn't quite there, but I do appreciate all the creature stuff, all the effects, all of those, all of the trivia is really cool stuff. I'm glad we watched it. So yeah, dude.
And just so you know, I'm agree. It's not Matango. It's not that good.
Well, not many things are Matango. I know I'm
it's not Super Inframan.
I know I'm sitting here comparing it to Matango is legitimately really great. So I know I'm comparing it to something that's high up there, but it's just the fact that it's Toho, it's got creatures in it, it's not Godzilla,
and good toys.
Yeah, there's good actors and shit.
Yeah, M1 and Marmot have great Dogoras.
Are they? I want to see. I'm interested in that. I would buy a Dogora toy.
Yeah, in fact, I sold not last G-Fest, time before. I've only had a couple come through. I had the Marmot, which comes with a little mini Dogora, and one it was all glow in the dark vinyl, but with little silver, big chunky glitter silver, little flecks on it. It was cool. Yeah, and then M1 has some cool ones with some really cool paint jobs. A lot of variants.
I did one of the other effects that they did was there were times where the tentacles were just straight up animated.
Animation,
and I really like when it wraps around the bridge and stuff. I really like that stuff. I thought that was cool and neat. So yeah, dude,
hey,
Jay, you got
I think Dogora is primed for a comeback in the Monsterverse.
Oh, I would be super into that. I mean, just looking at the visuals of Dogora and just that little screenshot from the anime where it's attacking London or whatever. I was just like, oh, I'd be into more. I would definitely be into more Dogora. So I hope that happens, and I would recommend people watch this movie. Make it whatever. I said it was boring, but I still think it's worth watching. So Jay,
it wasn't War of the God Monsters. I mean, it wasn't that.
I can't believe you made it. Hey, well, next episode we're watching Daimajin.
Oh, nice. I just actually watched all three of them not too long ago.
I just want to rewatch. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I've seen it once. I bought the whole trilogy. I've never watched the second or third one, but I loved the first one, and I just feel like I want to rewatch it. So maybe we should do that.
You know what I like about that series, about that trilogy?
What's that?
Is, you know, they were all filmed at the exact same time by different people. Like it's not like a continuity thing. It's like literally like 3 versions of Daimajin. Like
they're not like sequels. They're just
not
3 Daimajin movies.
No, like they're just 3 Daimajin movies. The Daimajin is like the same mythology and stuff surrounds it, but like literally. And I'm curious to hear your take, but like when people go into it and they ask me about like my thoughts on it, I was like, the first one's the best. It's my favorite. The first and the second one are almost identical. Like when you really break down
as far as like the plots and stuff.
And I think the first one
I don't like that
is better.
Yeah.
The third one is different. And some people really, 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 really like the third one. I don't love the third one as much, but I'm curious to get your thoughts. Yeah, but I just watched it, kind of top of mind.
Okay, cool. We'll have to do that soon. Jed, you got anything else to say on Dogora?
No. Dude,
let's get the fuck out of here. Hey, this was a fun. I liked watching this. I think this back to back with the Peking Man.
Perfect.
Great. I loved Peking Man. I'll watch that one again for sure, for multiple reasons. And this was good, guys. We'll be back in a couple weeks, and hey, we're gonna get out of here and talk to you guys later. Peace.